Peace, everyone. Welcome to Tuesday Tea and Bourbon. Go ahead and share and come in and share and then hold the space. Comment. Let us know what you're doing today. Let us know how you're doing. Let us know what tea or bourbon or wellness drink or water you're bringing in the space today. Any questions? Waiting for the sisters to come on in. We have Lucretia Zen coming in first, the herbal goddess. And waiting for my other hosts to join me as well. We have Erica Appleby, fashion designer extraordinaire. Oh, let's see. All right. Welcome. Come in and share. Hold the space.
Hey.
Peace. Let's see. All right. Thought Lucretia was coming in. Hey, what was that? Little thing flashed across the screen. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
All right.
It is a Tuesday.
It is a Tuesday.
Tuesday
And
with lots.
new moon, all the things.
All of the things. All of the things.
Oh, I don't know what's going on.
Are we having another glitch?
Like, oh, there we go.
Oh, it worked really quickly.
Yeah.
Yay!
It's been like 3 weeks since we've been all on here together.
Yay!
Welcome, everyone. Welcome
Click,
to
click, click.
watching.
Hi!
All these beautiful faces. Welcome to Tuesday Tea and Bourbon. You all come in and then share and then hold the space. Comment. Let us know what you're bringing today. Tea, bourbon, water, green juice. Some new moon love, some new moon blues. What you got?
Yeah.
I think all of it. All of
Oh
it.
my God.
All of it.
All that in the cocktail, and that's what I'm drinking.
I'm telling you, if it wasn't for this Tuesday tea, I'd still be on the couch. I know it.
I joined the nap ministry today for sure.
Woo!
Down for a good 30 minutes and just woke up like 35 minutes ago.
Wow.
It was rain and we've been having these rolling thunderstorms in New Orleans. And so with the rain and all of it, you just like girl down.
I hear you.
Beautiful
I
there.
hear you. That's the perfect time to rest. You just listen to your body, listen to Mother Nature, and do it. Yes. So
Great
how's everyone
adventure.
besides resting?
Yeah.
What you say?
That's been the crazy adventure, is learning to do that and not feel guilty for this life of ease. Like, so many things are so much easier, and I'm like catching myself like, well, is it okay that it's easy? Like,
Right.
doing more, you know?
How many years have you been doing the affirmation of financial freedom in your space and energy and abundance,
real.
right? That's what I gotta keep telling myself, like, wait a minute, I did.
You prayed for this. You prayed for this.
Exactly.
Look at it go. Yeah.
Yes.
That's
yes.
True.
It helps a lot that I sit on my porch and I look at a space right from my porch, and I can see the exact space I stood when I was like, I'm gonna live here in this neighborhood.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so I have coffee and I'm like, I can see the power of my manifestation and my conjuring. And when I feel in alignment with things, like I see it every day.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still like this thing. And I'm like, that needs to be like the new workshop, is when you get the thing, how do we enjoy the thing completely?
Yes. Talk about it, please.
I always, with my clients, I'm like, when you manifest, I said, pray for the energy and the
Let me get my pen.
get the thing.
Yeah, well, it's the recalling and the rememberings, right? So that's why I always talk about journaling, because when you're journaling, you are seeing like all of the things that you've written down. You're watching your cycles. You are learning your lessons, and so you can look back on it and say, oh, duh, I remember I was asking for this. Duh, I remember, this was the lesson from last cycle. So I finally, can check that one off. So that's one of the things, just like remembering, recalling, all of those are exercises that really help us to stay in, like, yeah, this is what I asked for.
Yeah, I often find myself having to check in about like whose voice is it where I feel like I don't feel worthy, you know what I mean? Like, because not everybody is in this mindset of, energy and currency and, this free flowing and, like this type of manifestation. Not to say that anything's like better or worse or good or bad, but when I realize that I'm in a very specific energetic place and then I feel like I'm challenged. Like, I feel like I don't have enemies energetically. Like, I don't want them. I don't have them. But, there's often this kind of like grind or gripe or tension because not everybody is, at this space. And then it often becomes conversation of, well, this is privilege. This is not, this is da-da.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, yeah, again, let me look back at my journal and let me see if I've done the work to even be receiving this. And that's, I feel like where like this guilt kind of comes in.
That's it. That part. And that's what I like. I'm trying to even erase the word worthiness.
For real.
Wow.
Yeah. And like, I catch myself so many times because it's like, oh, well, I didn't light the candle, or, oh, well, I didn't eat the salad last week. So my life should fall apart in a shitstorm because I did. It's that ebb and flow balance, but just stepping into just embracing the, what if it works out?
The grace part, right? Replacing worthy with grace.
Grace is the most beautiful medicine I have ever gifted myself in my lifetime.
Did you guys ever watch the show Will and Grace? Did you guys ever teach that?
Yeah.
All I hear is like the one dude. He was kind of like a Looney Tune. He's just like, Grace.
Absolutely. That's one that came to me a couple of years ago. Of just when I was telling you all, I think last week when I was saying the affirmations around like, oh, I'm resilient. And my mother, my EI was like, yeah, you keep saying that, you're gonna keep getting resilient ass lessons.
Right.
And I was like, oh, let me change that up a little bit. Let me ask for the grace that I feel like I want. I don't feel like if I miss those rituals in the morning to where I feel like I can have that grace period where things aren't gonna fall apart. I've done the work, like not just done the work in all the surface level stuff, but really done the deep work in myself, in my family, in my community, and all of those things. So where I know, like, if it ain't me that's gonna hold me up, something and someone will.
Exactly.
Exactly. That. Yeah.
And like I've realized that I am the ritual and I am the ceremony. The answer in my DNA. So I'm through this period in this town, in this beautiful, beautiful town of New Orleans that teaches you to slow down and teaches you so much about community and teaches you about celebrating. Like as soon as the rain stops, honey, the chairs are on the sidewalk and like everybody music's going, or Congo Square yesterday for Sunday. I mean, you even look at the principle of Congo Square. Sundays were the only day that the enslaved people had off, so they could congregate there and they would dance and celebrate on Sundays in the ways that they could. It's like their one day off, they made it such an amazing time to be in community and celebrate and communicate with each other. And I'm like, they even work so hard for me to just be like, you know what, today I'm going to write for an hour and then I'm going to walk and get a croissant and then I'm going to the river and that's it. Or the other day I ate at 3 different places I wanted to in one day.
Love it. Love it.
Yes. That's what I'm talking about. Living that lifestyle, understanding that we are the living altar, right? We are everything that we have been asking for. So it's a lifestyle. It's not just something that we're picking up and putting down. And I really think that is the larger lesson, again, in this slowing down pace that we are experiencing, because we've been asking for it. And so many people are wanting to go back to this normalcy, but we've been asking for something different.
Right.
We've been asking for more than one day a week, more than 2 days a week. We've been asking for that freedom in our time and our energy and our resources. And so this is the time to really like slow down, accept it. It's not even about adjusting, because we understand that things are going to continue to fluctuate. It's about accepting where I am right today. Like today, I thought I was going to do all the things. I did 3 of them and sat down. And I had to accept that. It was like, that's just where I am today. You know, a couple of days ago, I did all the things, you know, and so just paying attention to that, your energy and your body and the lifestyle that you asked to create in this time.
Yes. I love that you're talking about life as ceremony too. My friend Alice Baca, she's from Portland, and she actually created a whole like 8-volume. It's more than a zine. It's like a book, like a kind of like a series. And her, y'all should follow her on IG. It's Life as Ceremony, and she just does like some of the most phenomenal work. And that reminds me a lot of her. So shouts to her if she ever watches this. But yeah, this morning I started that currency that y'all been sharing, and then Joy, you shared it with me. I sat in front of my mirror. I had a long weekend. I had, the doctoral program, and I was just like in front of the computer for 12 hours. And I got up this morning and I put my candles in front of my mirror, and I brought my little money tree, and I sat there and I turned that on. I lit all this shit on fire. And I was just like, I was doing like mirror work, and I was just like watching myself as these affirmations were coming through. And I was like, that's the vibe. That's today. So I went and studied for my other board, and then I went and got a massage. I just got home and I got juice.
Oh, you've been massaging. You've been taking care of that body.
Yes.
I need it. Oh my God. From trying to figure out how to run, my body mechanics to figure out how to run again, and then the HIIT training. Oh yeah.
Tell me about it. I texted my sister the other day and was like, yo, I don't know what the year 39 did to my body, but nobody told me my legs was going to expire to cottage cheese. Like, nobody told me that. Like,
it's real.
I was like, what happened? Like, but it was like really not doing anything last year. I mean, doing a little bit, but not doing enough. And so it's all good. I love my body, any shape, dimple, size, whatever, but I wanted to feel, a little bit more solid.
These are all the same lessons that I'm learning now. That's why I'm just quiet and listening, because I'm writing notes. I'm like, these are my teachers at this point. Like, all of the things that we're talking about are all of the things, like even with body imagery, like just seeing your body change so much. I was like looking at that earlier. I was like, I don't look like who I feel like I look like. I look like someone different, which is like a whole nother topic. But yeah.
And how with you being in fashion, it's like you constantly bodies and you're constantly looking at angles. But I honestly, I had a personal fashion designer. I get a couple throughout my life that custom make me things at different ages of my life, and that so helped me embrace the beauty that I am in the present moment, in the present body. Like, my fashion designer people are like my medicine. To me, like, buying a custom piece for me to signify a certain time of my life is like, that's medicine. It's like y'all are conjure women and conjure men of this sacred body art that is just people underutilize the power of the fashion designer as a medicine person.
That is such a beautiful way to put it. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. That's a beautiful way to put it. Because I think what it is you don't get time, especially in your practice, to look at all of the things that you do. So that's big. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it is big. Every time, my first divorce, I bought myself a customized dress. I called her, drank whiskey and teacup, celebrate. People don't celebrate you, in the breakup. And whether you stay or whether you go, it's still a hard decision. I've chosen to celebrate that point of liberating myself, honoring myself, of finally hearing. So I always buy a piece of fashion for it. And I just think that, and for so many of my clients who do body image issues and, it's their second time around for divorce, I always recommend getting something. A friend of mine just went to the Oscars, and she's like, just going to go buy something rack. And no, go to these people, Adamo, that's in New Orleans. And she had 3 impeccable pieces made, and she was just cannot stop thanking me.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Ocean is what she said. But they were so good with her. Like, you know, your silhouette of your back looks really good, so let's make this longer and tighter. So, yeah, you definitely are medicine people that I feel like I'm always you're the head conjure woman in charge.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. Those are beautiful words, and I've never even thought of it that way. I mean, I love fashion. I love when people make things for me and making them for myself and for others. But just that imagery of like what you said, like the silhouette of your body and paying attention to those lines. I mean, we're sacred geometry, you know, and so activating all of that and the things that we wear and how we express ourselves and how we move is very important. So yeah, definitely conjure. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
So, ladies, what are some herbs that you are using at this time, especially with changing your set, like changing your body or changing your momentum, slowing down? Like, what are some of the things that you're using?
I just started using I think it's Shiravarti. I have to look at it. It's an herb that definitely helps to balance the feminine hormones. I've noticed again, like my 39th year, me having this really. Every time I come around my birthday, something shifts a lot in my hormones and my energy, and so I pay attention to that. And also knowing that I've stepped into another part of my life where it physically moves into a place where I had to expand into. So
Yeah.
I need to be able to balance those that the hormonal energy so that everything can run harmoniously.
Yeah.
Because that's what the hormones do, basically. So that's what I've been doing.
I've been Damiana. I'm all about the mojo right now.
Damiana?
Yeah.
What is that and what is it for?
Damiana helps increase the circulation to all the uterine areas, but it's like really used as an aphrodisiac in a lot of ways. So what I've started using it for, and I have a blend that I use it for with butterfly pea flower, which is also good for feminine issues, and a little bit of wood betony flower essence in there that helps you move forward without fear. So it's a blend that I use that just helps me and like get my mojo going and myself. I don't need that external validation as much, and I just and it powers. I created it for the sacral chakra, so it sits on a grid with sacral chakra crystals and like these mantras. So it's all about like all that. It's my abundance, and I did put calendula, just a little bit of the flowers for abundance. So it's just like this whole mojo rise sacral chakra fire tonic. So I take it, and I notice like when I take it regularly, I go out, I'm high floss.
Glossing. Hello.
It's like the herbal wax.
That's what it sounds like. I'm sitting here, I'm like, what was that again?
Number 9. It really is.
Did you say root number 9?
Love potion.
Love potion number 9.
Self-love potion.
I know it.
There you go.
My drink tonight, I have a blood orange. There's no alcohol except tincture. So it's blood orange and the Mojo Rising tincture.
Can we get that Mojo Rising tincture from a website, or are you
purchasing
it?
Me?
Yes. So
I can get. I have it for sale.
Y'all trying to make me have a hot girl something for real. To my Mojo Rising. You know I need to spit my tail down.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, you're in a whole new city now. You need it.
You
need to just like go out. Go get out there.
Your birthday
pace myself.
Your birthday coming up.
Ooh. That's why I gotta pace myself. I gotta pace myself.
Listen, I'm here for it.
I celebrated the entire Pisces season and part of the Aries. So I'm like, turn down for what? I have 5. you
Oh,
better.
you know my birthday is on the 30th of June, so I start from June 1 all the way to the last day.
You need to go to the Essence Festival for the 4th of July.
Ooh.
I know. I'm definitely planning on it. That's why I'm pacing myself.
When is that? When is the date?
It's that weekend. It's always the 4th of July weekend. Yeah.
They have 2 dates this year. There's one in July.
Essence is so much fun.
I've
I'm
never
from
been.
Florida, from NOLA.
Yeah, I've never been.
It is so
I've
much
planned it like several times in my life, and for whatever reason didn't go. But now I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely
Mhm.
Have the perfect apartment.
yeah, definitely going.
it's one of those events where you definitely feel it's like the energy, you just feel like a wave of energy that just everybody embodies it. Everybody's just happy, and there's so many beautiful melanated people around, and everyone's just like giggling and laughing and dancing in the street. It's beautiful.
The essence.
Yes, it is
The
the
essence.
essence.
I'm excited about it. And now I'm about to extend my Airbnb.
Oh, you are?
Okay.
Okay.
Here, I'm like, move out of the country. I mean, Atlanta's always gonna have it. I'll be back and forth, but I can't. There's so much in New Orleans. I just learned a new piece of history about this woman named Henriette DeLille, because I live on Henriette DeLille Street, and she was the first African American, born in America, venerated Catholic saint.
Oh.
Wow.
Wow.
Henrietta, what was the last name?
DeLille.
DeLille. Henrietta DeLille.
I know. I'm like, there's so much to learn here and so much to be able to go. What about
wait.
Joy, Tequila Joy? What you taking for your Mojo Rising?
Actually, so I had been doing a lot of Epsom salt baths, but the last, I think, full moon, I had done a yoni steam. And so I was using rose water, rose petal, some orange, some mugwort, American mugwort, not Chinese mugwort, which is a little bit energetically different, I think. What else did I put in there? Lavender. I put lavender in there too. So I just sat in there and, had my little cards. Oh, I had some new cards recently. This is called the Wool Manifesting Fertility Goddess Affirmation Card Deck by Abiola Abrams. Do you guys know this?
Wow.
These are from, another shout out, Third Eye Bag Books. They're in Portland, Oregon, but you can get stuff online. And yeah, that's kind of just what I do. The last two that I picked were, one of them was Creative Vision. This was just the other day. And then Gratitude with Isis or Offset.
They're beautifully illustrated.
Yeah. So that's kind of how I've been taking care of the root. The roots. Yeah. And just running. I mean, let's see, internal medicine. I've been more on essential minerals and some vitamins just because I've been exercising so much. So I've been doing that and then doing more kind of topical, take care of my body things with herbs. So that's been kind of a switch up for me recently. But it feels right. It feels good. Oh, and then ashwagandha every day.
Yeah, every day. Every day.
They're talking about the moon in Taurus.
Yep.
Taurus being very ocean energy.
Mm-hmm.
That's about taking care of your finances, your body, your adornment rituals, like how nourish yourself in that way. And I was like, oh, she said I got it. And then it's also about even using this energy, because there's a bunch of planetary transits about even with love or that partner or whatever, really spending the time to write out and think about the things that you want to call in, because you can carry it through for a really long time. So it's kind of pay attention to how you live, your house, your things like that, the decadence of
yeah.
This new moon energy is also about all the things that we've been talking about, you know, self-worth and abundance and stepping into that. What are the rituals and ceremonies that you set up to really be that? So I've kind of done that too with my spiritual bath game, for sure. I even, you know, use my tinctures when I don't have enough, you know, I don't have the herbs that I want. But like I've also created these body oils. So every day I can, you know, I did plantain, comfrey,
Ooh,
rose
like
infused into the oils. And then I've been using this abundance oil. Hey, Kim. And it's like it's food. So every day when I rub this on my body, and I even have like rose quartz powder and crystals, I rub this on my body, how much I love my body, how much I adore, you know, what I'm gonna do. And like I try like mantras of that, of like, you know, going through this divorce during COVID and having a partner that really doesn't even look at you in that way, and you realize how long it's been. So it's like rebuilding that and reigniting and that creativity. So that my body oil has become my adornment abundance ritual.
And that's beautiful.
It really helps. Just mindfully taking a shower. I learned that in Asia when I was traveling, and I would study these beauty rituals and realize they weren't just beauty rituals.
right.
So they were, you know, extreme ways of honoring these rites of passages or just taking the time. And so I forget because I teach and I get slack, and I'm like, okay, wait a minute. You didn't go into this just to tell people about it. You went into it to heal yourself. I think that that's the beautiful thing about taking the time to the herbal salt scrubs and, you know, anoint yourself and just eat fancy food on a
And the
Taurus is all
reminders
about
of
the
like
love.
all of the holidays and all of the transits and all of the different seasons of the moon and cycles of the moon to remind us to do these things, right? Or any day of the week, especially if you're following, you know, the different Orisha or any of the pantheons of like what day they fall on and how to really invoke those energies in your being. So like, yeah, Sunday was Mother's Day, so I really, you know, I really took care of myself. So I did my coffee scrub, my full body coffee scrub, my face mask, my, you know, all wash my hair, you know, all of those different things, put the rose oils on my hair, my body, and coconut oils and all those different things, and really, you know, took care of this nurturing that I give to not just my son, my daughters, all of everybody else, you know. And so really just nourish myself on the inside out as well, and allow myself to receive my inner and my gifts and things like that as well. But yeah, one of the things that you were mentioning, Lucretia, around like rituals, especially this today, and honoring like all of the things that have to do with money and partnership and love, and just me paying attention to, like, today was very frustrating for me. I have once or twice a week I do, balance my books. And I'm still transferring things over in my businesses and honoring the fact that we're still in Mercury retrograde, right? So
it hasn't started yet.
It hasn't started yet?
Not the Mercury one. Pluto we are in. Pluto retrograde.
Okay. So I'm like just paying attention to these different energies. I have to look at my chart because it might be something that's going on with mine. Yeah, it was just super frustrating today on trying to like get anything done. And that's part of the reason why I ended up being like, be three things on my list instead of all of them. And so today I was like, well, I don't really need to do all of these affirmative type rituals. Don't necessarily feel like there's a block either. So what do I need to do as far as like honoring and ritualizing my practice? And really wanted to do something to when it's time for me to sit down and do my books to where I'm not frustrated.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not because I'm not because anything is wrong, but just because it's not something I like to do. So
yeah, it's a process.
really paying attention to like the energy that I'm bringing to that part of my work, right? Because it is financial management is the first piece of financial success. And so I when you were talking about like the rituals of like the rose quartz and really honoring yourself, and so I'm thinking about how I can ritualize that practice of sitting down and balancing my, you know, my books, and bringing a more positive vibration into that space, and that itself might clear some of the challenges that I've had around, you know, doing those things.
Totally. I will have
with like some words around it, because I have that thing too. I don't like that. I call it the muggle part of working, and I have a real like a block with it. I'm like, I'll just manifest more money, but I'm like, you know, you need to keep up with. I have a block in that whole accounting world, which is gonna eventually block bigger. I do the with that. Made a candle piece for it that I light. I sit down, and it's a whole separate energy with different herbs that work around, you know, moving through that. But I think it's that get into it. I'm gonna make a cup of tea. I'm gonna light the candle, burn the incense, you know, the money burning incense or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play my music, you know. Or Gucci Man, whatever.
Right?
We're gonna step into the meditation of Gucci Man, you know. You know, I'm gonna I'm like, okay, no, I don't want to do this early. We gotta do something else, and I can't.
Yeah.
I gotta pay somebody to do it. I need to seriously think about that. Seriously, pay somebody just to keep up. I don't even have to even think about that frequency.
Yeah.
I'm really
And
thinking.
and it's only still so much when you pay somebody, because I have an accountant, but I still have to give her the information that she needs to take care of. So, and I still have to make sure I'm paying my bills, like, you know, all of that stuff. And so, yeah, having their rituals, and coming into it a little bit. And it's funny, Joy, because I had the intention of doing that meditation, doing that currency meditation before I went in, and sometimes, like I said, I burrow through stuff because I'm like, I just want to get it done.
Well, I'll offer this too, because of the Tauran energy that we're in. Like, did we talk about this before? Like Taurus, like there's the bull, but then there's Taurus, Taurus, the actual like, what do you call it? Sacred geometry. Like it looks like a donut. A Taurus looks like a donut, so it's like hollow in the middle, and then it's like the circle on the outside, and so that energy is kind of like consistently going through like this. And that is also the same way that it looks with the electromagnetic field of the earth. So when you're actually like rooting in that energy, that the energy that you want to ground, the thing that I wanted to offer was hone in on your why. You know, why are keeping up with the books important? That's a ritual. Why are your tasks, you know, important? Because that's a ritual, and that's what's going to like seal in and solidify and ground that abundance. And when you're in that season of Taurus or Taurus, then that is going to be a consistent current that you're like energetically anchoring into, which is also root work, because you're really wanting to, you know, expand your Taji pole, or, you know, like your heavenly star and your earth star. And if you can kind of like think about those things, like there's a there's like a nice glowy like Taji pole like coming right from the crown through the root. And if you can imagine anchoring into the earth's core crust, right, where like the original like what do they call them, like platonic solids have formed, that is what is gonna like be the fertilizer or whatever, you know, of like what you want to grow. That's how I think of it.
Thank you for all that science, yo.
Seriously, I was about to say that was really good.
Oh goodness, you're talking my language.
I think it's the owls, Lucretia. Owls are coming. I know that they did for you too. I had 2 owls talking last Wednesday morning at like 5 a.m. And I'm like, I hear one so close to me, it's like hoo hoo, and then I hear another one that it's like doing like this call response thing, and I was like, all right, something's coming. And I did this whole weekend. It was like so interesting because it was like blocks being removed, and I prayed for, and then it was like this, it was just like this recalibrating energy to like shift into the Tauran energy that I really wanted. So honing in on your why and really focusing on positive things, because with these energies, you have to be really careful what you think and what you speak, because those things are going to happen. If you're in that, like negative lack mentality, and I'm so guilty of this, right? Like I just like I think sometimes, especially like when you are, when you've grown up with trauma, when you have, trauma that's inflicted upon you through the police state, when it's just like really hard to kind of shift out of that energy. And just like Joy, circling back around to like what your teacher was saying, like it's great and fine to be resilient, but don't be, honing in on that why. Don't hone in on that why. Just be grateful, thankful, and keep it moving.
What you thinking, Erica?
I was gonna say that I think it's really ironic, like how we're always on the same like plane, all of us. And when in thinking about ritual, like I think we talked about this, Joy, where especially when you're ascending to something higher, like I'm starting to realize that a part of my ritual, maybe it isn't like sitting down and doing the candles every day or doing, like trying to do the meditation, but the ritual for me now is becoming the release. Like, okay, let me pre-plan things so that I can, for the next ascendance of myself, like I'm able to be free to do whatever it is that the universe is calling me to do. So I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's connected to Taurus energy, but that feeling of ritual has been coming through a lot for me. Where it's like pre-plan all of the things for your whatever for the future, so that you're not feeling the overwhelm, the boggled down, or just that feeling of like not wanting to do it.
I love that feeling of not wanting to do it is definitely it.
Yeah.
I think that's, I mean, we've been talking a lot about delegation, right? Like delegating, like we're in that space of now to where, okay, if we can't, necessarily pay someone to do it, who is there to do it? Which one of us can, take one of those tasks or whatever, and so that's one of the things that I'm thinking about, like, as I'm bringing in like my nieces to intern for me. And so that's gonna take a lot off, normally where I'm like, okay, it's vending time, it's the time to get out there and start, putting my products on, in people's faces, stuff like that. And I was like, I don't want to do any of that anymore, but I can plan for it so that we can have things to do when they're here. And then they're getting, their experience and, their little pay or whatever. And then, putting them out there to do it. And that's also part of the legacy building that I, intended as well, in some form or fashion. So yeah, it's like, I think that's part of it too, of like, what part am I here to do that I want to do, that I'm able to do? And then what part can I like plan for the future or give away? Because that's, yeah.
I'm getting an assistant also. I've been contacted.
I was just about to ask you.
Yeah, and it's funny that I got here. There is somebody who just asked me about being an assistant who wants to like learn and train, but I need to pre-plan, Erica, to see what I'm assistant for in order to get the assistant. A lot of times you get them and you're so I'm like sitting down, part of the ritual, to figure, what do I need an assistant do? Because I'm like asking people for invoices, for events and stuff. Like, I'm having a conversation done, going to go be with my friend. It was like, sending invoices, asking and stuff, and I'm like, that somebody else, not creating.
Yeah, I literally was about to ask you, because I'm like, in the essence of living through the vitality of all of that, all the things you do, people that you touch, like just being busy in terms of like even the decadence, just living in your best self. Like, is that a part of it where we're delegating, we're pre-planning, you know, and then we're giving ourselves that freedom to eat our tacos in the bathtub, ladies. Like,
Hey.
like
Now that's
what
storing energy all
That's
day.
the vibe
what
right
do I
there.
need to do to get to that place?
I
I
think
want to eat my tacos right there.
I had macaroons. I had macaroons in the tub on
Ooh.
Sunday. That's what it was.
do it. You got to just do it. Like,
That's
your schedule and pre-plan it, but I just like stop. But I realize like now I have my own apartment that's a large space that only I am in. I realize that every space I am, people just want parts of me, and I'm always having to give. So now, you know, it's so weird that I'm by myself and I can just celebrate. I have to be like, I'm sorry, I don't care how cool anybody is. I have to be alone because I'm so
Yes.
everybody, and I really.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I value my
I
solitude so.
apartment, my friend Kim there. I was like, "Hey Kim, hi." Yeah. Hey, at Joy on the top right is in the top left in the rainbow. I met these two beautiful people here in Dawson's that were AT aliens, and so
come through. Link me. I need new friends. I need more friends.
Yeah, wait a minute.
I didn't mean it that way. That's not what I meant.
I know.
That's not what I meant.
It's funny.
nothing like a nursing PK session, you know, where you can like, you'll love it. Kim, you come on back anytime. This is my friend midwife, dope midwife,
Aw.
and then
Hey, Kim.
I love it. What do you got on your head? Oh, it looks like you have one of those little filters. That's a piece of art. I was like, does she have a card on her head? I thought that was a filter. Joy down here. I was looking at that.
Where's Joy?
Me?
I don't know where you at.
Yeah,
Mine?
Tequila
Me?
Joy.
it's your piece of art.
Oh, that's I got to see RZA at the Hollywood Theater in Portland, so he signed that. That's okay. So like that was a really cool night. They played 36 Chambers, and then he DJ'd. Then he DJ'd over top of it to the whole soundtrack. So I was just, you know me, I was just fucking giddy. I was so giddy.
I would have done.
I was hyped the whole week leading up to that night. And it was so cool. I'll never forget that. That was so cool.
I tell you,
But,
dancing out for music is definitely food. I've realized during the whole great that we call and being in New Orleans, music everywhere. I mean, it's everywhere.
yeah.
We're lit. The elders on Mother's Day had a party from 2 o'clock to 10 o'clock on the block with
Yes.
their chairs and their speakers. Everybody's got speakers on everything, on their bicycles, on their chairs, everything. Everybody's booming. And tonight is they do a Black people cycle group that starts cycling at 8 with lights all on their bikes.
Yes. That sounds like
8
That is amazing.
And so, but Congo Square and like dance being a part of that, like even taking dance breaks and for a second becomes such a, that's part of my ceremony. Just moving that energy and not so, you know, like I got to take the yoga mat out and I got to do 30 minutes of this. It's just like a 3.5 minute dance break just to move,
Yep.
you know, just to get the work done. And then being here and it's like, you know, with circles, I have to share that video. I had a bunch of stories, but they did this dance called the Bomba dance, and it was to this beat, and it was to honor all the women. So the women would come up and they all lined up and danced, and they started coming in and hyping each other up individually.
I love it.
I was like, if you don't hype,
Love it.
like I do not. Down and like cheering, they would just get way down on the ground, and they would just be. I mean, the girls with the shaker rays, and I'm like, hype squad. I think that's so important, virtually or anything. That's also part of it. Seeing now people who genuinely want you to do
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What medicine homework do you all have for everyone listening, especially for this new moon? So we talked about some things, but what do you think is important?
Hmm.
I don't know. For me, I think it's going to be writing for me, because like taking it down, like I'm really good at, now manifesting. I don't really need the big intricate things. I can do them.
Mm-hmm.
But there are some things that I just need to clarify. Like, what do I want? Now I'm in a bubble. Like, I can have anything I want to have. So I'm like, okay, what is it? So for me, I think it is some of the journaling and some art inspired journaling. Move through that to like really visually, home in on some words and some feelings to put myself in alignment for it. So I really feel that, and like the spiritual bath to move through it, something decadence, even if it's milk and honey or salt and roses or something like that. Just something that's decadent, that and just allowing, giving yourself permission to even see past the limitations that you feel.
Beautiful. So see past the limitations. So do some of the things around journaling, practicing new rituals. I think that's something that I will give to, like, one of my, what I like to call, which I actually read it somewhere, is do something new every day.
Yeah.
Do
It
something
works
new every day, because it works in several ways, right? It keeps us from out of the rigmarole, out of the monotony of this up and down cycle, and it also creates this new cycle around, okay, not feeling like you have to be doing the same thing every day. So when change happens, you're not so disrupted by it. Right. So if you're creating new cycles in your life yourself, you're doing something new every day. When something new or new circumstance comes, it's not throwing you completely off your game. So try something new, whether it's new food, new scenery, new environment, talking to new people, wherever it is. Try something new.
Yeah. I think those are big. I was gonna say patience in the planning. I think that's a big part too. Just understanding that with every essence that you're moving forward with, you have to be able to just be calm and like slow down, like we said before. Give yourself grace always, and just be patient for portions of this part of your life.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I think that would hone back in again on my why. It would, I think, honing in on that why for me, whether it's journaling or trying something new, like, why am I trying something new? Because I want to shift the energy around this, or I want to even, conceive or birth something new, like I'm doing this fundraiser, and like fundraising money is so hard, because you might be in one mindset, but like, I'm very grateful for everybody who's, donated along the way. But I think there's like, still not a disconnect, I'll say, but like, I know what something like acupuncture can really give to people, right? Like, it's a very tangible thing, but until they see it, they won't be able to, like, kind of put two and two together. They haven't seen the full vision, work out yet. So like, every time I feel like there's like some self-doubt around that or something, or like, can I really, like, put this together? Can this happen? Can this be, built here? I always have to circle back on, well, why am I doing this?
Right.
Is it like, I think asking why also intuitively checks the ego too. Like, why am I doing this? It's not getting wrapped up in the hype of like empire building and shit like that. It's like, because I want accessible healthcare for everybody that's preventative and it's affordable and it's awesome and it doesn't take a whole lot, and it gives the people the agency of their own bodies, mind, and spirit back to them. They're not just looking outside of themselves. I think it's part of that personal practice, or it could be.
Yeah. You're like, it's not global domination.
New world order. No.
My friend's like, that's your Leo shit.
My Leo shit's in my comic.
Right. Yeah, that's what that's for. That's the outlet for that.
World.
So let's go around again, and so we've given a little of medicine homework. So what in your particular practice do you have to offer that you can give, that people can come to you for?
You're asking me?
Everybody.
Oh wait, say that one more time. What can people come to us? Like, what are
Yes.
we offering?
Yeah. What are you offering in your practice that people can come to you for? Come on, talk about the services and your products.
You see, you immediately put all of us on the spot. Like,
I'm like, your work? Like,
I mean, I could have swore we were just saying we were taking a break with champagne and tacos. You want us to offer things? Oh my God.
no, stuff that you already have, nothing extra. Stuff that you already have. You all have like your websites and different things, stuff that you already have.
I've done a lot of divinations lately and a lot of soul alignments. Like people are kind of at this place. So I'm booking a few of those each week. So I have those open. I also have donation Mondays. So once a month, which will be this next Monday, is a day I allow the community to donate for divination services, as well as herbal consultations and spiritual light coaching. So my next will be this next Monday. So I have about 4 or 5 slots that are available. I just opened that donation day up there. I'm getting ready to post a spiritual bath online class, a virtual class pretty soon. Open up an intensive for July to come down into New Orleans for 10 students. Ceremony and immersion in history and decadence, because the rooftop ship
what
session. So yeah, and again, only 10 people, so it's really super small. So those are the things I'm working on to come this week. So I'll have students apply and those kind of things. So, and study plants, and that's the things that now you can check me out. It's the Sin group. There's a little link on my thing that sends you to events. I'm getting ready to work on my website this week to post the new events in a couple, probably like 2 weeks. But you can DM me for sure if you want to book one of the, donation Monday slots or other slots. And I'm back doing art too, so I'm excited. I did my first piece.
Yay!
You'll be able to get some ritual gear and some beautiful adornment. I'm working on some body products for the new moon that'll be charged up. So there.
That's amazing.
That's dope.
See, lots of things.
Yeah.
I can always
man.
give other people a chance to like speak in the room, because this Leo rising shit is like
Yeah, what you got, Erica Joy?
For me, I am always offering clothing and adornment on my website of etalux.com, and then with my new company Lux Art Tech, I am doing all of the things with teaching. So just creating enabling platforms for creatives to be able to put themselves out there with either websites or content creation, all of the tutorials and different things like that. So I'm working on content right now and master classes, and my head and my computer, I'm always like this right now, just developing all of the new ideas. So if anyone wants to reach me or see some of the things that I'm working on, you can always follow me at Erica Appleby or at Lux Art Tech on Instagram.
Erica, I still need the jumpsuit. We gotta talk.
Yes, I was just about to say I'm gonna DM you after, because the guy just got back to me about your fabric. Literally.
Man, I saw the other outfit. I was like, I need the other outfit too. I'm like, that orange outfit is hot girl summer outfit.
I know which one you're talking about.
Yep.
Too.
That thing. I was like, I wonder if she could do this. I'm like, that is gonna be my hot. I might wear it like every day. Change your clothes, child. Change them.
I got you.
Joy, Tara.
Yeah, tell us, Joy, what's going on?
Ooh, I really enjoy educating people more about Chinese medicine. I'm not licensed yet, but I do have some offerings on my website, like sea moss capsules, chlorella capsules, just to kind of try to help get your immune system right for springtime allergies and just overall general health and wellness. I have elderberry syrup on there too. I'll be offering Qigong in the very near future. 1000 Hands Buddha Qigong is from my master teacher, Leah He, and she is incredible. And I try to do that meditation. I used to do it when we were getting certified. You had to do 100 total days of it, and it is just
Wow.
the most amazing. And like all the hand mudras have explanation and things. So like, like I would love to do that as a donation base, and then anything from that goes directly to the bus. You guys can catch me on Instagram, earthworks.acupuncture. Everything's linked in my link tree on that page and on my personal page. I'm Sally Tomato 86. I forget, nobody knows what Sally Tomato is. Sally Tomato, I used to really love the movie. I'm so like, okay, I love like old car, like classic cars and stuff like that. Like I'm super like, there was a 1952 Bel Air sitting outside of my apartment the other day, and I just like totally swooned. It was seafoam green. I just totally swooned. Sally Tomato. Sally Tomato is the gangster from Breakfast at Tiffany's. For people who don't know.
Oh, I did not know that.
That's one of my favorite movies. So
the OG, yeah.
Of course it is. Of course it is. I love it.
It's mine too. And when I went to Tiffany's and bought my first piece of Tiffany's at 29 years old, I felt like I had.
Oh, I love it. I love
it. Goes. Hashtag goes.
For real.
That blue box is my favorite.
Yeah.
Oh my God. The feels I just got. Oh, yes.
Oh, I'm about a decadence.
Same. Your Leo rising and my Leo sun and moon. We'll go shopping. We'll go to Tiffany's.
Chanel store here that's in.
It's so fun to window shop.
Joy, let's talk about your new Zora line, honey.
Seriously.
Yes. So my arts site, Comedic Arts 24, I have a whole new collection of it's called the Ascended Teachers, and I have a Zora line, a Zora Neale Hurston line. I actually have a Muhammad Ali line as well. I have a who else? Toni Morrison, and I just finished. I'm finishing up my Africa. So I have those are the 4 that I'm doing right now, and we have tote bags and mugs and all the things, canvases, all of that. It's my first popular art that Lucretia kind of just like, I wonder if we can do this. I'm so excited about it.
I tell you one thing, these hair bows that you made me, what I call my Ori bows.
Oh,
I call them my Ori bows all the time. These mothers are, we talk about clear. I have like really enchanted them to put them in my head to like charge my Ori and to like give clarity. Like these hair bows are my favorite. I need other colors because they have become part of like, instead of head wraps, I just put your little hair bows in and like
so cute.
And when I like have too much going on, I just clip my hair back in your hair. They're like my Ori bows is what I call them.
I love it.
So cute.
I got you. I got you on all the colors. All the colors.
I have all.
So you can see like, I
have all your little things in different little orders in my kitchen.
And that's how I make them, right? So you can, it's part of the ritual. So you can have all of those different things. Your tea mugs, because you want your teas to be your rituals, your hair to be a ritual, all of that stuff. So, yeah. So this is another line of mine. This is on my wellness website. This is part of my active gear. Also have like blankets and tapestries and things like that, pillows. on my wellness sign in my flow yoga and wellness. I was like, what's the rest of it? I also do have yoga services, comedic yoga services on there, virtual services, and nutritional guidance, wellness books, all of those things. So you all check me out. Check me out.
Yeah.
Love. Thank you all for joining us for Tuesday Tea and Bourbon. If you are just joining, it will be on our IGT live, on our IGTV, yeah, and on the YouTube. So you can go to my link and subscribe, and you can like catch up on all the episodes. I love you, sisters. Thank you all.
Love you guys.
Before you go, we could give you a New Orleans.
Oh, you're on your.
Look.
Yes.
Oh, is that an angel?
Yeah, it's the look at this on it. The little living oaks, the little ferns that grow.
I'm about to book my ticket.
For real, that's what I'm literally saying. I'm like, let me see when I could go.
Yeah, let's do it.
Church is the oldest African American Catholic church in the parish. They have white Jesus in front of it. I don't know. With the hood.
Go. Joy, let's go for your birthday.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Honey, we're right here at the Quarter. The French Quarter is literally right over there. Like,
I want that walk for the beignets with you, ma'am. I want that walk for the beignets. Coffee.
I'll take you to good beignets. Though I love Cafe du Mall, it's very iconic. Their beignets are not great. Oprah suggested that you go to Cafe Beignet, and she was right.
Okay.
Cafe Beignet. It's a different place.
Yes, and they're fresh, but it's right still on the Mississippi. My favorite place that we will totally go is a 6-minute walk to my favorite croissant place that does all these croissants and croissant sandwiches. So you load up there and then walk another 10 minutes to the Mississippi.
So I gotta
y'all
make sure that
jump in a room so we can talk about our trip.
Yes, because I gotta make sure I'm completely healed before I come. Have all of the things like. Y'all ain't gonna be having me sitting there having a salad while y'all in the decadence. I don't want that in my life.
That's why I'm buckling down now. That's why I'm like juice. I got my juice because I'm going all in, pacing myself. Remember, pacing.
There's a great vegan Caribbean restaurant that they do such great food. So, like,
my heart, be still.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they're so dope. They're dancing with your food. We're having a theme party in the next couple of weeks. We're doing a juke joint themed char grill oyster thing.
This is it.
Yeah, it's so fun. Y'all come on down.
Okay.
Love it.
We are. Let's jump in the group and we're gonna talk about it. Bye, y'all.
Yes.
Bye, guys. Peace. You love, live true.